Hello everyone, my name is Pixlriffs, welcome back to Decidedly Vanilla, and as it is November 11th, is Remembrance Day, gonna pick a poppy over here, gonna have that in my offhand for the rest of the episode, pay respect to our armed forces and so forth. Now, today we have a couple of things to get on with. First of all, I want to introduce you to the start of my Amsterdam-inspired city building project. This is gonna be it's not really gonna be a replica of Amsterdam as such. I'm not seeking to recreate the city itself. What I'm seeking to do here is be inspired by it to come up with something original of my own. And I feel like that takes the pressure off me a little bit. I think that takes off the pressure because Amsterdam has such incredible architecture and stuff that I'm not necessarily sure I can match it, and I don't want to spend so much time getting bogged down in the detail of recreating a city note for note, block for block. So what I'm doing here is starting off with a canal, and then we're going to build a couple of terraced houses around here. I think that's one of the things I want to do a little bit more that Amsterdam has inspired me to do, is build terraced houses. Instead of these kind of single houses that just sort of sit there on their own, building a giant row of houses can look very cool, and it's not one continuous structure necessarily, but in a way it also kind of is, you know, it's a continuous row of different separate houses. That's what we're going for anyway, so we'll probably do a little bit of that today, and I'm going to put a time lapse up here to show you the construction of this canal, which was less exciting than I had hoped actually, but basically just involved me digging out is a 5 wide and 3 deep channel through parts of the desert. It started off 3 wide, and then I thought it's going to have to be a little bit wider than that, and in some cases it's going to be even wider still. We have another channel coming on over here which is going to be 7 blocks wide, mainly because I wanted to have bridges and stuff going over them, and building a bridge over a 5 block gap is really not that impressive. Like, it doesn't look all that great. So yeah, I was hoping to get a little bit more detail in by building a 7 block wide channel here and there, but obviously the canals are going to have branches, they're going to go off in different directions and so forth, and I just felt it was good to get this started while we can, kind of get a feel for it. And it's nice building by the water, especially now I'm running a bit of a modified version of the shader pack that we had in the last episode. You guys will notice that the cell shaded kind of look to everything is still there. We've got the water with still like these really cool reflections and stuff, and that is pretty much all I'm keeping from the shaders, except for maybe a little bit of the clouds and the sky, and I couldn't really do much about the sky being what it is, but I turned off the god rays, I turned off the shadows. Now, the problem with turning off shadows in the shader pack is that I can't really go caving, because it suddenly becomes a cheater's way of caving, because turning off shadows actually means turning off any of the sections in the game which would generate with any kind of brightness. Like, if I take out the torches here, like, you'll notice that my my inventory, kind of like the stuff in my hands, goes completely black, but like the room around me is still pretty bright, and that's because it actually removes any of the natural shadows generated by the game. So I'm not going to be doing any caving with this shader pack on. I'm either going to take it off or reinstate shadows if we go caving on camera, but I don't tend to do that much in my regular episodes anyway, so we're not going to worry too much about that. And as you'll notice here, I've been leveling a desert, and this has basically provided me with a lot of sand and a massive task to occupy my time, but we're gonna make the best of it. We are probably going to open up a glass shop at some point in the Farhaven area, just so people can come along and buy some glass, because harvesting sand and making glass is sometimes a bit of a pain. Sometimes you just want to grab a stack of glass and be on your merry way, and I reckon we can probably set up a shop for people to buy stuff from. And if people want sand on its own, or sandstone, or anything like that, then we can probably do that as well. But again, that is a little bit more time consuming and laborious to produce. We've got a little bit of raw sandstone here though, so I want to make the best of that, and I've been filling in these sections with grass. I know people don't really like the desert grass colour all that much, likewise the leaf colour, but I've kind of gotten around that by using birch leaves over here, and I think those are going to look fantastic next to the water. It's going to be a really nice contrast there. So we will see how these things get on. I want to call out a comment from the last episode. Like I said, I was going to. We're kind of going to make this a regular thing of people commenting based on a question I've asked in the episode, something I want to bring up as a discussion topic. And last episode got a fantastic comment from Oscar Hamilton, who said, as an artist, I often get art block. I can't come up with any fun, original ideas to draw. One thing that's really helped me overcome this is finding a new medium, not necessarily a new art form, like painting over drawing, but adding things to the old style of art. So expanding your horizons, basically, is what Oscar's saying. Getting into digital art really helped him, and another thing that helped him are requests. So maybe not stuff that applies to Minecraft as much, but commissions from people on Twitter and YouTube kind of help with motivation. So yeah, that's one of the things I was doing on the last server, really, with the Pixlriffs design company. And I don't necessarily want to tread on anyone's toes on this server because we have a fantastic bunch of builders, and I think a couple of them have started up their own building companies. So I'm not necessarily going to get into doing building requests on here, but talking about expanding stuff into new medium definitely makes it an interesting point of discussion, because yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to do here now with building terraced houses. It's not really something I've done before, building this kind of concentrated city district on a server or a world that I've got, so I'm thinking that's going to be an interesting way forward. I'm looking forward to doing some of that, and we're going to probably time-lapse a build in this episode. Actually, we're going to build something over here to get things kicked off, something that we can use as a starting point to build our terraces from. So I'm going to work on a little bit of stuff off camera, whip up a couple of ideas for that, and I'll be back with you guys when we have something to build.
Well, this is great. Rain, rain, rain. I bet even the ducks wouldn't come out in weather like this. But me, I'm an idiot.
And welcome back, ladies and gents. Hope you enjoyed the time lapse. I am in love with this house. I think it turned out really, really well. Very pleased with how it came together. I have a couple of finishing touches I want to add, especially to the interior, although I'll probably do that off camera because I think we are at our time for today's episode. The last thing I really want to do is put down this poppy out the front of here, and this is going to be, I guess, Remembrance House or something like that. But this is going to be the first of a terrace that's going to run all the way along this canal. So I've left this wall kind of plain. It's got a design there that we may just never see again. It might still be visible from the interior, but didn't need to worry too much about the detail on this. I'll probably fill in those gaps actually, just so nothing spawns in there. The back as well is a little plain, but I'm thinking maybe we should add a balcony out the back or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what yet, but we will get that figured out. And then I think the side I'm happiest with is this one over here, just the balcony over there. I'm gonna have to come up here and get rid of those wood planks. I still need to work on my ender pearling skills though, but that's another skill to work on for another time. And you can kind of see the canal from the balcony, which is nice. I like having this little view out here and seeing the progress on this little district as it comes together. But look at that. I just think that's a really nice little balcony with the awning over the top. You feel like you could have a cup of coffee up there out of the rain if it starts raining, which is not going to in this biome because it's in a desert, but you get the idea. It looks homey, at least. It looks pretty nice. So I hope you guys enjoyed the build, and I'm looking forward to doing a little bit more of this now I'm back on the server and making videos somewhat more regularly than I was. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Look at this green spade. The shaders do really weird things to enchanted tools, but no worries. My name has been Pixlriffs. Leave a like on today's episode if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you guys soon. Bye for now.